So we have a few questions here from some students. Some of them are asking, do you have any PhD distance learning courses? So if you can answer this question, Tom, then Scott, and then Anus.
As a general answer, I would say no. We don't. I think it depends on your supervisor. So there may be a possibility for an element of that, but we don't have, I don't believe, a fully kind of distance learning program for PhD. But I would say that I could look into it with a specific supervisor or school if required. But generally, PhD students are also kind of physically on campus with us.
Right. Scott, if you want to answer that question.
Yeah, kind of much the same, really. It's something that we need to work into. Obviously, we have PhD opportunities available right now. We have some projects that are ongoing that students can apply for right now. And then if anybody was interested in an opportunity that wasn't listed on our PhD website, then they could submit a proposal, and that's something that we could look into and see if we could, if our faculty have the capability or capacity to support that. But in terms of fully distance learning PhD, yeah, I'm not sure if that's certainly something we don't have at the moment, and if it's something that we could do, it's something that we would need to look further into.
But there's also a question asking about the PhD itself. Do you have different intakes for PhD compared to master courses?
Yeah, I'm happy to take that first. At Queens, we have a rolling start for PhDs. And so really there's a huge amount of flexibility as to when you start. It is not limited to the regular start dates. So we have students who start in October or November. Really, it's whenever you're kind of ready to start. And so we can be pretty much as flexible as you need in terms of when you start your PhD.
Right.
Yeah, Lutfi, same is the case at Middlesex University. We are flexible as well. If the student has got the research proposal already, they can just apply. The process is a bit long for the offer to come, but yeah, we are flexible in that as well.
Right. So also there was a question about if a student has an IELTS below the required level. I'll take it this will be a pre-sessional course, isn't it? So if you can tell the students a little bit what possibilities are there available for pre-sessional courses. Tom, if you can, please.
Yes, so we have pre-sessional courses throughout the summer. I believe there's a winter one that's probably happening already in partnership with Into, who have a centre on campus for us. But as I mentioned about English language already, some of the other things that we've introduced is you can do a combination of 2 tests. If that takes you to the required level in the different sub-skills, we can now accept that, 2 IELTS tests. Or a student may want to consider trying a Duolingo test because it's quite easy to do. It's not hugely expensive, and they may find that they could just get up to the right score after doing that test.
So I'll take it you accept Duolingo?
Yes, absolutely.
Right, okay. Scott?
Yeah, so there's been a little bit of activity on this recently from our end. Unfortunately, we are into a centre that we did have on Glasgow Caledonian campus is unfortunately closed now, so we wouldn't have that option available for students wanting to do a pre-sessional course right now. In Glasgow, we're potentially looking at offering the a separate pre-sessional programme in London at the moment, but nothing has been confirmed. We do accept pre-sessional programmes from other institutions as part of our English language requirements, so that's something that we could possibly do as well. But kind of like Thomas said, the Duolingo option as it's currently available is probably the easiest and most inexpensive way for students to meet the English language requirement at the moment. So whilst that is available, we always encourage students to try and take advantage of that while they can.
Right, Anushka, you said there's a question from a student called Hilal asking Scott a question, if you don't mind, Anushka.
Okay, she wants to know if her sister can get an offer for a master's in humanitarian assistance and crisis management.
I'm not sure if that's a degree that we offer, humanitarian and crisis management. So I'm not sure if that's something that we could put an offer together for, unfortunately.
Okay.
Right. Okay. So I'm just going through the questions. Anushka, are you missing any questions here at all?
So Ali is asking, the sponsor requirement is to have unconditional offer. Is it possible to have unconditional offer although I have IELTS below the required score? I need the offer to get the sponsorship letter.
Oh yeah. He's. I think Ali's asking about the. I don't know, guys. If have you heard about the new scholarship from Saudi Arabia? Government of Saudi Arabia have just releasing a new scholarship. It's called the Path to Success. I don't know. Have you heard about it? Tom, have you heard about this?
No,
I've heard about it, but I don't really know much more than what it's
I
called.
don't know much about it. Yeah.
Right. I think Queens is listed under the universities for the postgraduate courses. And one of the requirements is to get an unconditional offer. So I think the answer to that would be, obviously, if they don't have the language requirement, they will either need to take one of the accepted English language courses by the university, isn't it?
That's true. Yes.
Yes.
In order to make the offer unconditional, academic conditions have to be met as well as the financial conditions, right? So in this case, academic conditions have to be met. So the offer has to be turned to financially conditional offer in order for the scholarship to be.
Okay. I don't think we have any more questions. However, if you have any further questions, please feel free to contact us. As you can see on my screen, our contact details are there. We're available on WhatsApp, through our website. You can also contact us through any of our social media channels, as well as we are happy to do a free, sessions, free consultancy sessions for any students, so either via Zoom or Google Meet or even on the telephone. So we're available and flexible. So please feel free to contact us at any time. I think we're coming to the end of this webinar. Thank you very much, everyone, for coming to this webinar. And if we have any questions, we will get back to you. Tom, Scott, Anus, definitely will get back to you in due course.
Sure. Thank you very much.
All the best. All the best.
Thanks very much. Bye bye.
Yeah, thanks for having us. Thanks for everyone for joining.
Bye.
You're most welcome.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.